Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is HAMIZAN bin RAFIEE. I'm from JBA24955C. Now I will present about the introduction of muamalat principles in structuring sukuk in ensuring Sharia compliance. Let's start with the basics. Sukuk, often referred to as Islamic bonds, represent a unique form of financing in adherence to Sharia principles. Unlike conventional bonds that involve the payment of interest, which is riba, sukuk are structured to comply with Islamic law, ensuring ethical and equitable financial transactions. Now, why are sukuk important? Firstly, diversification of capital. Sukuk offer a diverse investment opportunity, attracting a wide range of investors, both Islamic and non-Islamic. Secondly, infrastructure development. Government and corporation use sukuk to fund large-scale projects, contributing to economic development and infrastructure. Lastly, risk sharing. Sukuk emphasize risk sharing and asset-backed structure, aligning the interests of investors with the success of the underlying project. Moving on to the overview of sukuk as Sharia compliance bonds. Sukuk are based on underlying tangible assets, avoiding speculative or prohibited activities. The structure involves the issuance of certificates representing ownership in these assets, ensuring compliance with Islamic finance principles. Unlike traditional bonds, sukuk investors share in the profits and losses generated by the underlying assets. This aligns with the Islamic principle of fairness and discourage unjust enrichment. One key feature is the asset-backed nature of sukuk. The certificates are tied to specific projects or ventures, providing transparency and security for investors. Sukuk must adhere to Sharia principles throughout their life cycle, from issuance to maturity. This involves ongoing monitoring and compliance check to ensure ethical and Sharia compliant practice.
Assalamualaikum Madam, my name is SYAZWANA binti ANUAR. I will explain the second section, which is muamalat principles in Islamic finance. Under this section, I will explain the prohibition of riba, profit and loss sharing, asset-backed financing, and lastly is ethical and social responsibility. First, I will explain regarding the prohibition of riba. Before that, we need to know what is riba. So riba in Islamic law refer to unearned or excessive increase in wealth, particularly through lending money or charging interest. So, why is riba prohibited in Islam? First is because riba is considered exploitative and unjust, as it allows lenders to gain excessive profits without taking any risk or contributing to the society. Other than that, riba also discourages investment in real economic activities, as lenders focus on earning interest instead of supporting productive venture, and also riba had conflict with the Islamic principles of sharing wealth and mutual responsibility. So next, we need to know how the sukuk investment avoid riba in their transaction. So first is by underlying asset. Sukuk are always backed by the real asset or tangible economic activities such as infrastructure project, real estate or trade transaction. In addition, in sukuk they had transparent contract to avoid riba, which is all sukuk transaction are conducted in a transparent manner, which clear disclosure of risk and return. Other than that, this is a Sharia compliance. All sukuk transaction must comply with the Sharia principles, which are overseen by qualified Sharia scholar. Next is profit loss sharing. Profit loss sharing is an equitable sharing of risk and profit between the parties involved in financial transaction. There are two main types of profit loss sharing arrangement in sukuk. First is pre-agreed ratio. This is the most common approach where the profit-loss sharing ratio is stipulated in the Sukuk issuance documents. The ratio determines how the profit and losses that distribute between the investor and the issuing entity. Second is mudarabah-based sharing. This method adopts the principle of mudarabah, a profit-sharing partnership. Profits are shared according to pre-agreed ratio, and losses are borne by the investor in proportion to their capital contribution. This profit-loss sharing mechanism is to ensure the investor returns are not guaranteed and are directly linked to the performance of the underlying asset. Third is asset-backed financing. So what asset-backed financing sukuk? So asset-backed financing sukuk are Islamic financial instrument that raise funds by a selling certificate representing ownership in a pool of underlying asset. This asset can be tangible or intangible. Do you know how do they work? For special purpose vehicle, SPV is a spread legal entity. It's created to hold the underlying asset and issue the sukuk certificates. Second is asset sale. The issuer sells the underlying assets to the SPV, which then uses the proceeds to issue sukuk certificates to investor. Third is profit and loss sharing. Investor receive a share of the income generated by the assets, usually through a predetermined profit sharing ratio or a mudarabah-based structure. Last is asset maturity. At the maturity date, the assets are sold and the proceeds are used to redeem the sukuk certificates. So in the muamalat principle, for asset-backed financing, structure avoid riba by not offering guaranteed returns to investor. Lastly is ethical and social responsibility. Ethical and social responsibility is to ensure compatibility with the investor ethics and the promotion of social welfare activities. So muamalat principle in this is Sharia compatibility. Islamic financial rules which forbids riba, maisir and gharar. These guidelines are designed to encourage fairness, openness and moral conduct in financial transaction. Second is investment in impact. Sukuk bonds are frequently used to finance socially initiatives like the building of infrastructure, affordable housing, healthcare facilities, and renewable energy sources. They are examples of sukuk contributing to ethical and social responsibility, which is green sukuk, social sukuk, and also wakaf sukuk. So that's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Kamil LUQMAN bin FAIZAL from JBA24956C. So as for today, I will be presenting regarding the key consideration in muamalat-based sukuk strategy. From this key consideration, we can separate into three classes. The first is identifying suitable muamalat contracts. What is identifying suitable muamalat contracts? Identifying suitable muamalat contract is first matching the contract with the underlying assets. So what's the assets? First, we can say in Sharia compliance. Sharia compliance means each muamalat contract contain usage rules. Sharia compliance contract avoid gharar, uncertainty and riba usury. For example, using murabaha for purchasing real estate adhere to Sharia by establishing a clear price and profit margin, while using ijarah for leasing equipment complies by avoiding ownership transfer and focus on user fraud. Second thing is the asset utilization. Certain contracts are preferable for certain asset kinds based on their use, and suitable contract ensure ethical and efficient asset use. You can say that on ijarah. Ijarah is ideal for utilizing an aircraft income generating potential through leasing. Second point of identifying suitable muamalat contract is by tailoring contracts to meet financing needs. What we can see on this is first, the need of this is optimizing risk-return profile. Contracts have different risk-return profile. By customizing the projects, customizing the contracts to finance needs, optimize resource allocation, and aligns investor expectation with project risk and rewards. For example, Istisna allows for constructing a factory specifically tailored to the investor needs. Second main point on tailoring contract to meet financing needs is enhancing investor participation. What can I say about this is tailored contract can meet investors' different demands and preference, improving participation and sukuk issuance liquidity. As for example, is a risk-averse investor likely prefer sukuk al-wakalah because with professional asset management, while investor seeking high return may go for sukuk al-ijtima with exposure to a diverse portfolio. Second key consideration in muamalat-based sukuk structuring is transparency and disclosure. What are the important things by transparency and disclosure? First, investor protection. Transparency is essential for building trust and protecting investor. Disclosing the terms and the details allow investor to make informed decision based on accurate information about the risk, returns, and condition associated with the sukuk, right? Second thing is reduce risk of fraud and misrepresentation. By detailed disclosure of terms and contractual details allow investor to assess the underlying assets in the legal structure, the profit distribution mechanism, and any potential risk involved in that sukuk structure. Third main point is improve secondary market trading. What can I say about this is, but a robust secondary market for sukuk is crucial for liquidity and efficient capital allocation. Disclosure of all relevant information allows potential buyers and sellers to accurately assess the value of the use of sukuk and make informed trading decisions. This transparency fosters a healthy secondary market and promotes efficient price discovery. Lastly, prevent the risk of prohibited activities. By transparency and disclosure, Islamic finance adheres a specific of ethical principles. By disclosure of all contractual details, ensure that the sukuk structure complies with the Sharia rules and regulation. The third key consideration of in muamalat-based sukuk structuring is the legal and regulatory compliance. What can I say for this? First thing is the local regulation. There is local regulation and international standards. What can I say from each jurisdiction where a sukuk issued or traded has its own set of regulation governing sukuk issuance and trading activities. So likely, whoever want to issue a sukuk must comply with the local regulation. Another thing is the international standards. The Accounting and Auditing Organization for Islamic Financial Institution (AUFI) established comprehensive standard for sukuk issuance and accounting, providing global framework for Sharia compliant practice. Likely, everyone whoever will issue the sukuk will likely to follow the international standard also. Okay. So as for next legal and regulatory compliance, legal structure, we can say about the legal structuring. Why sukuk is important to legal and regulatory compliance? Legal structuring. Sukuk contract must be carefully constructed to meet legal and regulatory criteria. Sharia compliant, well-defined and legally binding contracts are required. Second, disclosure practice. We can say about that. Issuer must disclose the sukuk underlying asset, contract and risk and estimated return. Potential investor need accurate, complete and accessible information. Thirdly, the independent audits. Independent Sharia scholars and financial auditors should audit the sukuk structure regularly. These audits will guarantee the sukuk meet Sharia and accounting terms. And lastly, the regulatory oversight. Each jurisdiction regulatory agency are crucial to sukuk market oversight and compliance. Issuer must communicate with authorities and raise concern quickly. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is IZZATUL AINI. I will touch the topic of the case study and provide an example for you. Agriculture is one of the most vital sectors among other sectors because agriculture involves the consumption of basic needs or the basic needs of society in general. In an agrarian country like Indonesia, the agriculture sector should be the main sector supporting the people's economy. But the reality is different. Indonesia does not seem to know where the economy is heading. Evidence of the lack of government support can be heard from the words of Hatta Rajasa, Coordinating Minister for the Economy of the Republic of Indonesia. There is no statement about modern technology that should be applied in the agriculture sector. In fact, apart from the factors stated technology is an important part of agriculture. Unlike the Chinese government, which realizes that the amount of land will not increase, it will decrease. So the production will decrease and the technology needed so that the production remains sufficient. Sukuk is an instrument that is used as a tool to absorb capital from within and outside the country. Sukuk is a forum for the government to obtain capital at the beginning of the project, which is used in completing the project from start to finish. In addition, the underlying asset that must exist in sukuk makes sukuk excellent for investors to invest because sukuk is more crisis-less risk. Sukuk Salam is issued through SPVs as an authorized sukuk issuing institution. Then sukuk are traded in the Islamic capital market and purchased by investors in accordance with Salam contract. Next, the structure of Salam Sukuk. First, the Indonesian government issues sukuk through the Special Purpose Vehicle SPV. Second, the Special Purpose Vehicle issues sukuk Salam to purchase by investors. Third, the proceeds from the sale of sukuk Salam are used to finance agriculture using a Salam sell and purchase agreement. Fourth, after the harvest, the farmers hands over their crops to the SPV and the SPV sells them back to the farmer to replace the capital and pay profit to investors. It can be seen that the agricultural sector from 2009 to 2012 was the third largest contributor to Indonesia's gross domestic product GDP after the processing industry and hospitality. According to Irfanul Falah in their research, if we look at the potential of Indonesia's agriculture, which has quite superior achievements, then this agricultural sector requires special attention to be developed. Example of the project of Sukuk Salam issued in Indonesia in 2018, the Indonesian government issued Sukuk Salam to finance the development of rice farming cooperative. Next, in 2020, a private company in Indonesia issued a Salam Sukuk to finance the cultivation of palm oil. And lastly, in 2021, a group of farmers in Indonesia used a Salam Sukuk to finance the construction of a new irrigation system. Next, the outcomes and benefits for issuers and investors. So for the issuer, first, it provides access to Sharia compliant financing. Salam Sukuk provide farmers with a Sharia compliant alternative to conventional loans, and this allows them to access funding without violating their religious belief. It also helps the issuer to improve cash flow management. Farmers receive upfront payment through Salam Sukuk, which improve their cash flow and helps them manage their operation more effectively. Next, it also can help in reducing risk. The predetermined price in Salam Sukuk protects farmers from the potential price fluctuation, mitigating the risk associated with agricultural production. In addition, it can help increasing the investment. By providing access to financing, Salam Sukuk can encourage farmers to invest in new technology and improve their productivity. Last but not least, Salam Sukuk can connect farmers directly with the investors and enabling them to negotiate better price for their produce. So the outcomes and benefit for investor: first, Salam Sukuk offer competitive returns, making them an attractive investment option. Salam Sukuk also provides investors with an opportunity to diversify their portfolio and reduce risk by investing in a different asset class. Next, investors can fulfill their religious obligation by investing in Sharia-compliant instruments like Salam Sukuk. Last but not least, Salam Sukuk provide investors a stable income stream through regular profit distributions. That's all from me. Thank you.
For the conclusion, I will recap the key points that have been discussed, which is Islamic finance principles rooted in muamalat. Focus on key principles such as the prohibition of riba, which is interest, the adoption of profit and loss sharing, the utilization of asset-backed financing, and all underpinned by a commitment to ethical and social responsibility. In the context of structuring muamalat-based sukuk, it is paramount to identify suitable contracts that align with underlying assets, ensuring Sharia compliance and ethical asset utilization. Customizing contracts to meet financing needs not only optimize risk-return profiles but also enhance investor participation. Transparency and disclosure play a crucial role, offering investor protection, reducing risk of fraud, and improving secondary market trading. Legal and regulatory compliance, encompassing careful legal structuring, robust disclosure practice, independent audits, and regulatory oversight is imperative to ensure sukuk adherence to Sharia and regulatory standard. Illustrating these principles, a case study on sukuk salam for agricultural development in Indonesia showcased the tangible benefits for issuers, including access to funding without compromising religious belief, improved cash flow management, and risk mitigation for farmers. Investors, on the other hand, find appeal in attractive returns, adherence to Sharia principles, and the opportunity to contribute to agricultural sector development, while enjoying a stable income stream through Salam Sukuk. The principles of muamalat, which are based on Islamic commercial jurisprudence, play a vital role in the growth of the sukuk market. Sukuk as Islamic financial instruments are structured to comply with Sharia principles, including those related to muamalat. These principles provide a framework for ethical and fair business conduct, which is essential for issuance and trading of sukuk. Muamalat principles emphasize the prohibition of riba and gharar, and also promote risk sharing, transparency, and asset backing in financial transactions. In the context of the sukuk market, adherence to these principles enhance investor confidence, as it ensures that sukuk issuance are based on tangible assets or services, and that returns are derived from legitimate economic activities. Furthermore, muamalat principles also encourage the consideration of social welfare and ethical investment practice, which can attract a broader investor base to the sukuk market. By aligning with these principles, issuers and investors then can contribute to the development of sustainable and responsible financial market. Overall, the incorporation of muamalat principle in the sukuk market fosters trust, stability, and ethical conduct, thereby contributing to its growth and attractiveness to a diverse range of market participation. That's all from me. Thank you.